welcome to the video. Today we will see female reproductive system. So first we will see what is reproduction itself. The process of producing offspring by a sexual or asexual process is called reproduction. Humans follow sexual reproduction to produce offspring. Female reproductive organs include the organs which are concerned with copulation, fertilization, growth and development of the fetus and its subsequent exit to the outer world. So here the female reproductive organs are the organs which are involved in intercourse, fertilization of the gametes and growth and development of the baby. So female reproductive organs is broadly divided into external genitalia, internal genitalia and accessory organs. In detail we will see what is external genitalia, the parts, internal genitalia, the parts, and also the accessory reproductive organ and its function. So first let's move with external genital, which is vulva, and another name of vulva is pudendum. So the vulva or pudendum includes all the visible external genital organs in the perineum. Vulva consists of mons pubis, labia majora, labia minora, hymen, vestibule and perineum. So what is mons pubis? It is a pad of subcutaneous adipose tissue anterior superior to pubic symphysis. It is covered by hairs in adults. Labia majora, subcutaneous tissue covering the vulva at the sides. It is homologous to scrotum in males. So mons pubis is the upper part which is covered by mainly hairs in adult, and labia majora and labia minora are thin and thick folds of skin, among which labia majora has tissue with fatty subcutaneous tissue in it, but labia minora is a skin without fat located inside the labia majora. So it is made up of erectile connective tissue and homologous to penile urethral part of skin of penis. So next we have vagina. Make a note here, vagina is not an external, it is internal genital organ, and again we will be discussing it later. For now it is a fibromuscular membrane sheath which connects the cervix to external genital. So next external genital organ which we have is hymen. It is a thin layer of mucous membrane that partially occludes the vaginal opening. It is normally incomplete to allow the passage of menstrual flow. Then we have vestibule. It is triangular space consisting of 4 openings: urethral opening, vaginal orifices and hymen, opening of Bartholian ducts and Skinner's gland, perineum, muscle and tissue located between the vaginal opening and the anal canal. So here we end with external genital organ, which is mons pubis, labia minora, labia majora, hymen, not vagina. Vagina is internally, but here hymen is external genital organ. So next we have seen vestibule and perineum. So this was all about external genital organ. Let's move with internal genital organs. So internal genital organ, which is located inside the body. Vagina is fibromuscular hollow organ canal. Vagina connects the cervix to external genital organs. It is located between the rectum posteriorly and bladder anteriorly. So the diameter of vaginal canal is 2 to 5 cm, being the widest in the upper part and narrowest in its introitus. And walls of the vagina includes anterior wall, posterior wall and 2 lateral walls. pH of the vagina ranges between 4 to 5 pH level, which is due to vaginal secretions. Then next we have one term here in vagina, that is fornices. So what is fornices? It is cleft or lip-like projections which are present at the top of the vagina due to projection of uterine cervix into the vagina. So these fornices are part of cervix which are protruded into the vagina like a projection, forming a cleft in the vagina. So it can be anterior fornices, posterior fornices and 2 lateral fornices. Function of vagina is flow of menstrual blood, works as birth canal during delivery, helps copulation while introitus. Next we have is cervix in our internal genital organ. So cervix connects the vagina with the main body of the uterus. The cervix is composed of 2 regions, that is endocervix, supravaginal part. It is proximal and inner part of the cervix which is located towards the uterus, and ectocervix or exocervix is partio-vaginal part of the cervix which projects into the vagina. So here we have one part which is above the vagina, which is into the uterus, and one we have ectocervix, which is below the uterus and it is into the vagina, so it is also called vaginal part. So here I have a diagrammatic representation of reproductive system of female, so which includes the uterine cavity or uterus. Then we have here is cervix, and then we have vagina. Fallopian tube is here, oviduct is here, and ovary is here, and mesothelium is connecting the ovary to a broad ligament. So our next and very important and very significant when it comes to OBG gynecology is uterus. Uterus is a pear-shaped childbearing hollow organ located in lesser pelvis. The position of the uterus is anteverted and anteflexed. Measurement is length 3 inches 8 centimeter, breadth at the fundus is 2 inches 5 centimeter, thickness is 1 inch and 2.5 centimeter, and weighs about 50 to 80 grams. Parts of the uterus, body or corpus. The upper part of the body is fundus. Then we have is isthmus. The connection between the body and cervix is isthmus. And then we have lastly the cervix, which is connecting to the vagina. So the walls consist of 3 layers: perimetrium, myometrium, and endometrium. Perimetrium is the outermost serous coat layer. Myometrium is the middle layer, which consists of thick bundles of smooth muscles. Here a point has to be noted: during the time of pregnancy, the myometrium is again further divided into various muscular layers, which is outer longitudinal, middle interlacing, and inner circular. And then last we have endometrium, the innermost layer, consisting of a large number of mucus secreting tubercle glands. It converts into decidua, it is called and it is known as decidua during the time of pregnancy. So next internal genital organ which we have is fallopian tube. Synonym of fallopian tube, it is also called uterine tube or oviduct. These are paired structures measuring about almost 10 centimeter. Parts of the fallopian tube: intramural or interstitial, near the uterine fundus; isthmus, ampulla, site of fertilization; infundibulum, hold catch of released ovum or egg during the ovulation for fertilization or before the menstrual cycle. So function of fallopian tube is transportation of the gametes, site of fertilization, and help in survival of zygote by its secretion. And then we have ovaries. This is again one of the very important, because these are the female ganodes which produces the female gametes, that is ova or egg. So ovaries are the female ganodes, consist of 2 ovaries, one on the either side of the uterus. Each ovary is approximately 2 to 5 centimeter long and 2 to 3 centimeter wide and 1 to 3 centimeter thick. The ovary is attached to the broad ligament by the mesothelium, as I have even told you before in the diagram. So the parts of the ovary are medulla, which is inner part, and cortex, which is outer part. Medulla lies in center and consists of fibrous tissue, blood vessels, and nerves. And cortex, this surrounds the medulla. It is covered by germinal epithelium. It contains follicles in various stages of maturity, each of which contains ova. So here medulla is the inner part, but in medulla it is mainly only the blood vessels and the nerves. And cortex is the outer part, where mainly the follicles are present, and in each follicle ova is present, that is egg is present. So function of ovaries are oogenesis, ovulation, secretion of hormones like estrogen and progesterone. Again, this estrogen and progesterone are influenced by FSH and LH, which are both synthesized by pituitary gland. So this was all about internal genital organ. So here we have finished both internal and external genital organs. Now moving towards our third part of female reproductive system, which is accessory reproductive organ. So accessory reproductive organ in female reproductive system is breast. So here we have a diagram of breast, which includes skin, ribs, adipose tissue, lobes of the breast, areola, nipples, lactiferous duct, and lactiferous sinuses. So let us move towards what it actually is. So these are reproductive organs located bilaterally in females and helps in lactation following childbirth. So these are also called mammary glands or breast, are actually modified sebaceous gland, which is apocrine gland. It is mainly composed of 15 to 20 lobules of glandular tissues embedded in fat, that is adipose tissue. So mainly this is adipose tissue which is formed by apocrine gland, and it is composed of 15 to 20 lobules like gland in it, which stores the milk production. And again, each lobule drains by its lactiferous duct on the nipples. The pigmented area surrounding the nipples are called areola. And Montgomery tubercle, which is again one of the very important point here, Montgomery tubercle are small glands around the nipple over areola which are formed during the time of pregnancy only. So these are small glands which are helping in secretion, and it is present only during the time of pregnancy. Then blood supply to the breast are axillary artery, internal thoracic artery, and intercostal artery. So this was all about breast, that is our accessory reproductive organ in reproductive female reproductive system. So that was all about the video. If at all it was helpful, do like, share, subscribe, and keep watching, learning, and waiting for the next upcoming videos. Informative, easy to learn. Thank you so much for watching.